Hello again, Stars fans. Brien Ray with you. And as the summer continues to move along, another change we've seen in this offseason is the departure of assistant coach Carl Taylor, the new head coach of the Milwaukee Admirals. And so newcomer Bob Jones has joined the Stars hockey ops staff as the new assistant coach, and a chance to get to know the new assistant coach in Bob Jones. So, Jonesy, how you doing, and how's the transition been to Texas with all of this?
You know what? It's been pretty seamless, to be honest. We were fortunate enough to fly down there a couple of weeks ago, my wife Paige and I, and we drove around the Cedar Park area and ended up finding a few different places. And we went and looked at a couple, decided on one, and we're able to secure a place to live. So that took a lot of pressure off the family as far as where Dad was going to be living this winter. So it's all been pretty seamless, and it seemed to be working out.
How was the weather when you arrived? Because it had to be late July when you guys came down here.
It's extremely hot. Yeah, obviously, we live in Canada. We're up in the area, and we have some hot weather there, but it's nothing like the Texas weather. I think it was 107, 108, 109 the 3 nights we spent there.
Now, how did all of this happen? What was the process you went through with the organization and GM Scott White?
You know what? I was at the NHL draft, and by coincidence, a friend I was with, we were walking through a hallway, and he introduced me to Derek Foxnall. That was the first time I had any idea who Derek was, and I'm sure he had no idea who I was. Shook hands, just more or less introduced each other. Later that night, I believe, I might have seen him again. We were staying at the same hotel. And the day of the draft, Jimmy Bedard is a very good friend of mine. Jimmy invited me up because obviously the draft was in Dallas. You guys had the host suite upstairs. I went upstairs and was having a coffee with Jimmy, and obviously Lax was up there. He came over again with a little bit. At that time, Carl hasn't left yet, and he was interviewing for the Milwaukee job. So it was just more of a meet and greet, and then it got a little more serious the next week when obviously it was announced that Carl was leaving. Scott White and Derek Laxnall gave me a call. We had an interview via FaceTime, and it went well, I thought. And then shortly after that, me and Scott started negotiating our contract, and it didn't take long. Like, we ironed something out in a few days. It was something that I was really interested in, and I think I was a good fit for what Derek and Whitey were looking for. So, again, it was a smooth transition, and I'm very excited to be part of the Dallas Stars organization.